Destiny, give me some life advice.
Um, yeah, what do you need life advice for? What's up?
I'm 24. I haven't done shit with my life.
Have you graduated college?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm gonna end up being a fucking loser.
What are you doing right now? Did you go to school?
Wait, I can't fucking hear anything.
Nice, you are a fucking loser.
Yeah, I have a degree. I have a finance
You're
degree.
responding to my goddamn stream. Turn my stream off and figure out Discord, Okay. You went to school, you got a degree in finance.
Yeah,
Is that a 2 year or a
but
4 year thing?
4 years?
Okay. Well, what do you want to do?
I honestly don't know. I've been kind of getting into like computer science stuff, like coding, but like so I don't know if I can actually make it in that. I smoked weed too much. Uh, Now I'm sober, which is useful. But I live in Ghana right now, which is not very good. Not very much like job opportunities here. But I don't fucking know Destiny.
I
I'm
heard you
sneezing.
live in Donna right now, and you don't. And I don't know what else.
Ghana, Ghana,
What's Donna?
West Africa.
Oh, Ghana.
Yeah, I'm an
Oh,
international boy.
what? What are your parents like military or what?
No, my dad did real estate in the UK for the longest time, but they both work like government kind of jobs now. Um, my dad supplies like electricity meters to the energy company here to the government, and my mom just does government contracts. So it's not like I'm gonna be like poor, but it's I want to be like self sufficient,
Are your parents rich?
kind of.
Well,
Not like
then you're set,
not
right?
like
You should be good to go.
yeah, but I don't want to like mooch off my parents. I also have like five siblings, so it's like I have to exist for myself. I'm just I don't know. I feel like I got like developmentally stunted because I had like too easy, and now I have to figure stuff out. You know, hence the re.
Um,
And 24 feels kind of old to like start like exploring shit. But maybe that's just like another aspect of just being dumb.
do you have like do you have like any hobbies or anything you do for fun or?
I play the guitar. I play video games. I've been learning programming stuff. I've been taking like online classes. Um, I'm probably going to be moving back to the UK, and when I move back, I'm going to look for like a just some kind of job that occupies my time. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm floating, and as I'm getting older, it's like time's ticking. Like eventually, I'm going to be fucking 35, and maybe balding. That just doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. If you're rich, it seems like you're fine financially. Um, I find a hobby, find a job. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What do you like doing? Why did you do finance again? Say that again.
Uh, well, I originally did engineering, but I was I made a mistake and dropped out of engineering, and then just did finance because I my parents wanted me to graduate, and I didn't really want to go to university. I wanted to do like graphic design school, but I'm not really interested in that too anymore. I think weed kind of destroyed my brain.
Do you still smoke?
No, for
Huh.
the in chat saying I can't do math, that ain't the problem. The problem is that I'm just lazy as shit. Copium.
Man, that's a wild ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I didn't expect to get dragged in. You should be. I don't know. You should be more racist to people. That's my take.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. Sure.
Cool. Yeah. Base.
Okay. Thanks a lot, buddy. Good luck figuring your
Bye.
life out. Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Killen, you're in. What do you want, dude?
You had that guy that came in earlier and said,
Wait, hold on.
like
Firstly,
24.
what microphone do you use?
It's a Shure.
Oh, sounds nice. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, he came in saying, you know, he 24, didn't know what going to do with his life and all that.
Yeah.
I was just going to give him some advice towards that.
Oh, go ahead. Give him some
So,
advice. Where are you from?
Yeah, I mean, so Kentucky.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
So the advice I would give probably would just be to try to set one goal
Okay.
for the day. Like, even if it's just as small as getting out of bed and showering and actually grooming yourself. You know, accomplish that for several days in a row, or you know, even get up and groom and actually look for a job. Just if you submit one resume, right, a day. Read a book, study something. Just make small goals that you can accomplish, and those will lead into bigger goals.
Okay. You have anything to add to that, Dan?
Nope. I wasn't paying attention, to be completely honest.
Fuck you,
Thanks, Dan.
I
Appreciate it, Dan.
oh, sorry. Was it to me? It wasn't directed at me, was it?
Not anymore.
No, but no, yeah, well.
But okay, gotcha. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about was...
two things. Oh, nice. So you said a big goal
yeah,
for
is
today.
that okay?
Yeah, go for
Is
it.
that okay?
That's great, dude. What do you got?
So I'm a conservative. Well,
yeah,
a
you said
moderate
you were from
conservative.
Kentucky. I figured that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have some Democrats around here, but yeah.
Yeah.
But lots of conservatives around here.
Okay.
When your dad from Kentucky?
Yeah, actually he
Did you have
was.
a relative that was from Kentucky?
I think my dad is from Kentucky, yeah.
Do you know what part?
No. I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't
Why?
remember?
Are you trying to see if you know him or something? His last name is Bonnell. I don't know if you know any Bonnells over there.
No. I was just wondering what part of Kentucky you lived in. That's all.
Okay. No, I have no idea.
So I'm a pretty socially liberal, right? You know, gay marriage I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all that stuff is fine. Trans people I'm fine with as long as they're not
Being fucking weird.
trying to do that with kids.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
true.
anybody over 18 ought to be able to do whatever the they want to do, right?
True, yeah.
So I'm down with that.
Okay.
Live how you want to, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that keeps me from fully converting over to Democrat
Yeah.
is they're going to raise my taxes.
Okay.
And I saw a report yesterday. Well, and I started thinking about this on Monday. I wrote a check for $12,000
Yeah.
to pay taxes for 2020 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd already paid in 156,000.
Into taxes?
So that's 168. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's $168,000 I paid to the federal government last year. Now, and then I read a report that says in the year prior, $274 billion of taxpayer money was wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted, just gone. So how can the federal government justifiably raise taxes on me when I've already paid in like 38 to 39% every year, and
You
it
don't
gets
pay
fucking
in-
wasted?
You don't pay in 39%, first of all.
Well, it depends. If he's
37.5%.
self-employed, he might be.
You think his marginal tax rate is 37%?
Well, what his marginal tax might be, but you're talking about his effective tax rate. Like, what is he paying overall, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, are you self-employed?
No, I'm W-2.
Okay, there's no way you're paying it. Well, that's your top rate. Damn, W-2, what the fuck? What is your job? Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm a VP at a telecom.
Okay. Jesus, and they don't pay you with like stock options or something? Your W-2 wages for like $400,000, $500,000?
Just my W-2 wages were
Jesus.
$398,000.
And you're
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna tax you more. Wait, so what is the issue? You don't want to pay
He
more
doesn't wanna
taxes?
Well, I don't want to pay
He
any
doesn't
fucking
wanna
more.
pay tax.
I mean,
Well,
I don't want to pay any more taxes, right? I already paid fucking. I said I already paid them $168,000 last year, and I don't see my tax money going where it should go, which is to actually help people that are poor.
I mean,
like,
doesn't it
actually
though?
help
Don't we
them.
pay like money out for like food stamps and Section 8 and like all sorts of stuff? Like, don't we have a lot of like programs
a
like
lot
that?
of it, yeah. Some of it, yeah. Some of
So
it,
what's
yeah,
your
I think so.
what's your total compensation?
Jesus,
So
Dan.
put-
Oh, Dan's
Or
just
what? How
fine.
much did you pay in taxes? We'll do all that.
One
What
hundred
did you say?
sixty-eight thousand dollars.
One hundred
My
sixty-eight thousand.
effective my tax rate was 37.5%.
168,000. And of this, you had options and everything else, right? I assume, since you're saying a certain amount is W-2, right?
I do have options, yes.
Okay, are you exercising these right away?
No, I still have them.
I show you an effective tax rate of 32%, which isn't bad, by the way. Like overall, an effective tax rate. I think was it you, Steve, that was reading an article before that showed no matter how much you f with the tax code, there's a certain amount of taxes that people pay no matter what, and
It's
it
a
doesn't matter
certain
if you
amount that
raise
the
it.
government will collect about the same amount as a percentage of GDP, but some individuals might pay more or less. It just depends. But I don't know how that's
In
relevant.
general, it's good. If you're a rich guy, you should be finding strategies to be taking more of that pay, and you can do stuff to lower your taxes. But I mean, you're always like.
I think its
realistically speaking,
issue
if you-
its issue is that like in the United States, it's kind of hard sometimes to see where the money goes.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
That
not.
yeah, I mean, I'd much rather keep more of it and be able to do more things with it for especially like people in my area, right? I mean, where I live, we have we have a really bad drug problem, right? You have people. I don't know if you've ever seen Appalachian Poor, right? I don't know if you've ever been in Appalachians, but I mean, people live in fucking shacks, right? And most of them have mental illness or they're on some sort of drug that's been pushed to them. We had a huge problem with opiates several years ago before government started really cracking down on prescription drug opiates. They call it hillbilly heroin is what it was called, but it's just destroyed a lot of the areas around me. And I just think that if I could keep more of my money, I could do more things locally, right, to help the people in my area, rather than sending it off to a government that, in my mind, just wastes it. They waste a lot of it. I mean, what was the Pentagon? The Pentagon, how much did they lose? They can't even find. How many billions was it? Do you remember?
There's a lot,
can't
but I mean,
remember
like,
off the top of my head.
there's money wasted everywhere, right? Corporations waste money, government wastes money. Like, there's always going to be some amount of like lost or uncounted for or missed money somewhere, right?
I know, but I think I can manage my money better than they can.
Yeah, but do you think if people weren't forced to pay
Right.
taxes, do you think most of them would, or do you think they just keep the money?
I think you're probably right. Most of them would just keep it and buy a new boat or a new house or something like that, right? I get that part of it, but it just hardened my mind to justify paying more when I don't see it being used really well, and I see it being fucking wasted. And we still have a huge homeless problem. We've got a huge inner city problem.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at like
it's
problems
just-
that we still have, but I mean, like that doesn't mean that the current money we're spending goes to nothing, right?
Right, but how do we account for all the money that's wasted? That's what I mean. You know, it would be really nice if you actually got to see exactly where your money went. Like if you got a statement.
I agree.
every year
I
that
want to
says, "Hey,
say, I think
we
in the
sold
UK
here."
they actually do that. If there's a Brit bonger here, or it might have been another European country. Maybe it's more European countries than the UK. Maybe it was Sweden. But when you pay taxes, when they send you your tax receipt back, they actually show you like this amount of money went to this or this government agency, this amount of money went to this agency, this amount of money, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the government pays for a lot of services in the United States. We pay for military, we pay all the pensions, we pay all the servicemen and all that. The government pays a lot out in entitlements. Government pays a lot out in like things like Section 8 housing and food stamps. Federal government pays a lot out for education. I mean, there's money spent. I mean, obviously there's money wasted too. But if you're only focusing on the waste, of course it looks horrible. But like I said, I mean, like everything wastes money. Nobody's perfect with managing their money. Like corporations waste a ton of money too. It just, yeah. I mean, like I don't. I mean, I don't necessarily
look at it from my point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, but you look at it from my point of view. You know, they want to raise them, right? I've heard they want to raise them as high as 50%. I've read places that's
Yeah,
the
so this
ultimate
is
goal.
here's
if
this
you
is
make
how
over a certain amount, right?
Yeah, this is how I view it, and I wish the Democrats would talk about this more. I don't care about taxes I don't think that's the important thing. I think what we should care about are like important social programs, and if we need money to fund them, then we should probably pony up and fund them. So like if there are certain social programs you disagree with, then I think it's okay to like fight against those social programs, especially if they come with a high cost. But I think just saying that like, oh, like I want to pay less taxes. I mean, if you want to pay less taxes, then I think the owner should be like, okay, well, what social programs do you want to cut? Like I don't necessarily disagree with you in terms of feeling like you don't get like California for me was an incredibly obnoxious experience because in California I was paying, it was like, is it like 9 or 10% is the top marginal state tax bracket. Wow. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do I get for my money? Like there's homeless people everywhere. I don't have any buses. It was like, it was insane.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I mean that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
But my federal taxes go to things, right? But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's just a matter of like, if you think there are social programs that you don't want, then talk about social programs you're going to cut. But I think just focusing on like just the tax rate is a little weird, right?
And Dan, I think you are right. I think it was 32%. I think the other portion probably, if I'm thinking about it now,
probably what?
The state of Kentucky. I think it was probably he's probably right. The federal tax was probably 32%.
Mm-hmm.
Does Kentucky have high taxes? What is so fucked? You know, the states that are most fucked, it's like Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, and I know these. You probably pay nothing for.
I mean, I got fucking Mitch McConnell as the senator, so which he's totally fucking useless for Kentucky, right? I mean, he doesn't do anything for his state at all. Period. You know, he may do things on a federal level, but as far as state, he's terrible. So, yeah, we do have. I can't remember what it. Let me look.
Destiny, you lived in Glendale, Culver City, and Huntington Beach. I rarely see homeless people there. Clean cities, nice parks. Glendale was awesome. Culver City is not as awesome. And Huntington Beach was awesome, okay? Huntington Beach is a very conservative area. Glendale is a place up north with a bunch of Armenians. But the issue is I don't know if those places are nice because of my California state taxes. But when I went to hang out with people, I wasn't hanging out in Glendale and Huntington Beach. I had to drive to everything in the LA zone. I'm sorry, maybe I moved there late or maybe I'm spoiled or something. I don't know. Everything in the LA zone is disgusting. And I don't know if I just missed this. I hate Santa Monica. It's a gross place to be. It feels dingy as fuck. It's like disgusting. There's homeless people everywhere. The streets are I don't know. I don't ever understood what the whole point of that was. And even places, if you go to all the beaches, the Santa Monica, the Pier, Venice Beach, all these areas it's a ton of people. The roads are a lot of homeless people everywhere. On Venice Beach, they just like sleep there on the beach. I don't know. Those places are.
Were you surprised with how little homeless people there are in Miami Beach, considering, like, comparing it to LA? How crazy the difference is?
Yeah, I don't know why or what's going on. Did DeSantis drive them all to?
I think he's literally putting them on all flights to Hawaii or something. There's like very few homeless people here. I know there's some, but like compared to any other beach city, it's like.
I actually don't know. I don't know if I've seen any homeless people in Miami Beach. I'm sure they're here, but yeah, because like me and Farhad like bike now to the other end of the place to go eat, and there's like no homeless people. Me and Melina have walked all over here. I don't know if I've ever seen a homeless person in the south area of Miami Beach. I'm not sure. Maybe the cops are really aggressive about it too. There's a lot of cops down here.
Yeah, well, I think we have a lot of property taxes here in Miami Beach, and we also have a lot of cops. I think it's like one of the higher amount of police per residence that there is.
There's cops everywhere. Yeah, it's all over. Like they just leave cruisers like unmanned, like parked all over every place too. There's a ton of cops in here. Yeah. Oh no, we did run into one homeless guy in Miami Beach. Remember? And Lincoln Road, the guy that you tried to speak Russian to.
That was a good strategy until because you have to keep in mind when he was coming up originally, I didn't know he was an insane. A psychopath. I thought he was like just a typical homeless guy that wanted money. I didn't know he was like a killer, And when a homeless guy is like, "Hello, can I have some money?" and I'm like, "Oh, нет, я понимаю, нет," and then they're like, "Oh shit, they don't speak English," and then they run away. But this guy was like, "Oh, I see, you're part of the CIA operation to kill me," and that's why it didn't go well. But that happens like rarely, So Miami Beach is number 8, by the way, in the USA of the most police officers per residence.
Nice.
In all the United States, which is actually pretty crazy. Because let me tell you the ones that we're competing with. Okay. St. Louis, murder capital of the world. Philadelphia, Chicago, Baltimore, Washington D.C., Atlanta, Wilmington. I don't know if that's a bad area or not. And then New York.
That's it.
Wow.
One of these cities. Well, New York City is actually surprising that they have that much. I wasn't expecting to see New York here, but yeah, okay.
Tax rate's like 5% in Kentucky. And I see chat was saying Kentucky's probably a shithole. It's not. It's beautiful. It's a great place to raise kids. Low crime. If you make really good money, it goes a long, long way. Like I live in a $500,000 house. It's probably worth $3 or $4 million in a big city.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4,000 square feet. I mean, it's not a terrible place to live.
I think
mean, we
most
have our
places that are
problems.
like in the suburbs, like in the Midwest area, I think are like fairly nice. Like Nebraska suburbs, even in Omaha, like are fairly nice. Like they're not going to be like, people think that it's all like bum country shit or whatever, but it's not. It's usually pretty normal suburbs. Like there are still people like people from California and like New York and Austin and shit will say like, oh, you grew up in Omaha, where they're like, did you follow like cows on the way to school? And it's like, no, it's a city. Depending on where you live, it's probably bigger than your city, you know?
Yeah, I went to my first year of college in Hawaii because my dad. I didn't grow up rich. We were poor as fuck. But my dad was in the military, right? And my parents got divorced when I was 6 years old. He got stationed in Pearl Harbor, and he was like, "Well, why don't you just come out here after you graduate high school, go to your first year out here?" Tell you, yeah. When they would ask me where I was from, do you own a toothbrush?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have shoes on? I can't believe you have shoes on. Shit like that. You get that kind of shit everywhere you go.
Sure.
Especially with an accent, which was probably thicker then than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you get that kind of white trash type discrimination all over the place. They think everybody from Kentucky's white trash, right? So but we're not. Try. One other thing that can I talk about something else real quick?
Yeah, no,
Are we good, or do I need to go? You want to pull somebody else in?
No, go for it.
Last
What do you
one. Quick kitty cat. Go for it.
So, Sneako's your friend, right?
I don't know. I think so. He's something.
What the fuck is he? Like, how do you think that you're going to have multiple girlfriends? You're going to put one in charge of your Discord. You're going to put one as your accountant that controls all of your money.
Did he say that? He was putting an accountant in charge?
Yes.
Wait, on what?
Yes, he said one of his girlfriends it was going to be in charge of all of his accounting and sales and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Wait.
That's what he said.
Did he say that in that clip on my subreddit?
Yeah, you can watch it again. Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I don't know how you think that's a good idea. That's going to be disastrous.
Well, no, it's not a good idea. It's
Because
fucking retarded.
None of that will ever fucking work out. That whole red pill bullshit, and that's something I'm going to start talking about myself, is, we'll call it purple pill or yellow pill or whatever the fucking pill you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, in the real world, you're not going to be able to drop out of high school or even graduate high school and drop ship your way to being a millionaire. All that they preach about all that is bull. You have to want to be successful in life. You have to get up every morning like you're starving, right? And you got to work your ass off to be
Jeez.
successful.
Okay.
These shortcuts. I mean, you have to. It's an everyday thing. You got to be the lion or the gazelle, right? You're either going to go out and hunt for your food or you're going to get ate. And the shit they preach about not going to college. College is the best investment. It's tell young men not to go to college or a trade, right? Learn how to plumb, learn how to be an electrician, learn how to be, work on HVAC systems, right? I started an HVAC company several years ago. I don't own it anymore. I sold it, but I had guys that would even, they would go out and work on prevailing wage jobs. So they're not union, but in order for the union to compete on the contract, you have to pay a prevailing wage. I would have guys, we put a big air conditioning system in the school. It was, a couple $1 million. Those guys were making $60 an hour. That's really good money, right? Especially for the area we live in. That's really good money.
Mm-hmm.
So trades are great. But to tell them that you're going to be able to just stream, be a streamer or you're going to be able to drop ship, I don't know, whatever,
Yeah.
on Amazon and make a fortune is stupid.
Yeah,
It's
I think
just
that there needs to be a
absolutely
focus.
dumb.
One of the reasons why I like college so much is that like there needs to be a focus on the acquisition of skills and demand. And you mentioned like trades; it's like the same thing, right? Like you need to do some shit so that so that you have things that people want to pay you for, right? And like the scary thing is that like there are some things in the online world that you can chase and do a lot with that at the very least at the end of the day you've got kind of something to show for it. But like drop shipping, like can you imagine if you try like drop shipping stuff for 2 years and you don't make much of it, and then you like go to the real, what skill did you pick up? Like you're not doing anything. At the very least, if you're like trying to grind as like a video editor or something like that, at least you're picking up like skills on how to work with software and like talent related. But drop shipping, like bro, I can find the websites with the most cheap ass China made products like quicker than anybody on the internet. Like it's like, oh god, it's just so cringe. I don't know. I don't feel like you're trying, like you're just like constantly looking to like game idiots and like be a part of a really system. Yeah, I don't know.
And not only that, they're charging like $50 a month for this bullshit, right? I feel like young men are getting fleeced by these guys.
Yeah.
Also, another reality is, I think there's probably like how many women? I think I saw a study one time. You know, polyamorous. There's like 4 or 5% of people overall are polyamorous, and I think 2% of those are women, or 3% of those are women. I think it's a little higher than men. You're not going to. You're women. In most cases, are not going to allow you to other women, period. End of story. It's just not going to happen in the real world, right? Nothing. I'm not saying anything bad against you live your how you want to, Stephen, but it's a rarity, right? Not to have the jealousy involved.
Yeah, of course. And it's probably even more rare to have it the one-sided.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. That's even more rare. Yeah, you're exactly right. So this is relationship advice they're giving about being able to just multiple women. They're all going to be okay with it forever as well.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I mean, I've been married over 20 years, and she is my partner. She doesn't work, but she takes care of the kids. She pays the bills. She makes sure that we have food to eat.
Wait, how old are you?
She cleans house. I'm in my 40s.
Oh, geez. Okay. Nice job. Damn, you got some Kentucky magic going on down there.
Yeah. And even then, right, we have 3 kids, and that's a lot of work, right? I mean, she gets up in the morning, 7 o'clock, gets those kids off to school, and she gets done at 9:30, 10 o'clock when they're in bed. Like I go to, I work, I get off at 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'm done, right, for the most part, unless I have, the yard work to do or something, which is not work. That's me time. Get on my lawnmower and ride around on it, headphones and listen to music. That's not work. Even so much that, I'll do the laundry. I do the laundry. I'm doing laundry. I do it all. Wash it, fold it, put it up, to help her out because, I've got, at my job, I have like 250 people that work for me. I have a big responsibility when it comes to that. But going back to the whole chores thing, and back to just partly things, chores will absolutely kill your marriage. If it doesn't seem like it's equal, or if you think she's going to go to work and you're going to go to work and then you're going to come home and sit on your ass. And while she does everything else, that's not going to work either. I mean, you'll end up divorced. You end up in divorce court.
This is a good idea. The rest of today, viewer call-ins require a camera. That is an excellent idea of what we're going to do today. For every other call-in that comes in together, no cam, no time on cam.
Wow, good contribution, Dave. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you, what you were talking to. So I thought I would turn it on.
No, it's a good idea.
But
I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Trying to do some things around that, some YouTube videos and things like that. I'll probably fail spectacularly, but I've failed in shit before. That's another thing. Success is just a lot of calculated leaps of faith. Successful calculated leaps of faith.
Sure.
You're going to fail. I've started businesses and failed. They failed. So on and so forth. But anyway, I've talked enough. I'll let somebody else get in here. But the whole red pill bull pisses me off. They're destroying young men's minds with that. And I think it just needs to be started to be combated a little bit with reality and what it really takes to be successful and what it really takes to have a successful marriage or a successful relationship. Not even a marriage, just a successful relationship. It can't be one-sided. It'll never work in the long run. You'll end up in a bed in a diaper, lonely.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I talk about that a lot. They don't
There's
they don't
Dan.
actually give any relationship advice at all. So yeah.
No, they don't. It's just as many girls as you can. Well, I mean, that's,
No.
But anyway, yeah, I've been watching you for 4 or 5 years. I would used to be really, really, really right. You've brought me more back to center. I really would encourage you to continue to reaching out to people like you have, especially over the last year, people that don't agree with you. I hope you get unbanned from Twitch, because Twitch poll is a cesspool. Like, it's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just totally fucking awful. It's a circle jerk. There's no conservatives over there at all talking about anything.
Yeah.
Gotta ban them all. So I really appreciate what you've done, reaching out to the other side. And the only way we're ever going to come together as a country is to have dialogue. And you have to talk to people in order to have dialogue. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Hey, Dan. What's up?
My camera keeps freezing. I don't know why. Very annoying.
That's just Dan passively
you-
listening to the viewer Collins.
What's your
I'm just
internet
listening. Wow,
look
this
like?
is a really good conversation.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice job, Dan. Just hanging out there,
Hold on.
smiling. Yeah.
Let me try it. Let me try it.
Oh no, that
Yeah.
hand, guys. The reason why you can hear him is he's using telepathy right now. That's the finger up there. He's channeling the messages directly in your mind. Oh, what's up?
The other thing I did was I reached out to Mr. Girl because I wanted to have a conversation with him about perception and reality, and that around the whole philosophy of that, and subjective construction of reality and objective reality. Because just because you think something in your head doesn't make it reality, right?
Yeah.
So I want to have a whole conversation about it. He won't talk to me. Neither will Lab. She won't. I tried to talk to her too. No, neither one of them will.
Yeah, they do their thing.
Because, yeah. There's Dan.
All right, cool. Well, hey, listen, if have
right,
fun.
man.
I'll
Yep.
probably talk to you later. Yeah, be careful, dude.
All right, peace.
Bye.